title mentions, this is in fact Bussaco, 27th of September 1810. This is what I have set up for the next go. Taking a bit of time setting this up. I've dismantled a lot of the multi-terraced topography of this table and sheared it down to just pretty much one level, other than the ridge that plays a significant part in this battle. As far as the historical background goes, it looks like retreating towards Torres Vedras, the Duke of Wellington's army of 25,000 British and the same number of Portuguese halted at Bussaco to make a stand along the crest of Bussaco Ridge, which is what all these hills are. As Massena's army of 65,000 approached the British position, it was uncertain of the exact disposition and strength of the enemy. For Wellington had adopted his favorite tactic of hiding his true strength from the enemy by deploying his forces on the reverse slope of the ridge. Marshal Andre Massena did not, however, let his uncertainty of the Allied position deter him from attacking. He planned a two-phase attack, first with Rainier's corps on what Massena believed was the British right flank. Do we have him listed? I don't see him listed on the setup. What Massena believed was his British right flank, followed by Ney attacking the left. After Rainier met with success, Massena kept Junot's corps in reserve to exploit success wherever it happened. Rainier attacked first, but his disjointed attacks only achieved early success, and his troops occupied part of the ridge. These French came under heavy fire and were thrown back by the shock of a British infantry charge. The fighting in this sector of the battlefield, for the most part, was at an end. Hearing the heavy gunfire, Ney assumed Rainier's men were enjoying success and ordered his attack. Ney sent Loison and Marchand's divisions against the British left. As the French neared the British position, Crawford ordered his troops to pour murderous volleys into Loison's columns. Within minutes, Loison's division was streaming back down the hillside in full retreat. Meanwhile, Marchand's division had advanced to the foot of the ridge, but after several unsuccessful assaults up the hillside, Ney called off Marchand's attack. Massena accepted the futility of making any further attempts to storm the ridge and withdrew. So this is a scenario from the Epic Battles expansion set for this Napoleonic Commands and Colors business. Which means, well, obviously it's bigger than the core stuff, with more stuff. But it also means we'll be using the command deck and tactician deck. What else? All of the figures here, again, are still from the Perry Miniatures box sets. In case you missed it, I did contact them on the whim that, hey, I need more blue and red guys. I don't want to buy a box set. What can we do? They obliged, and just for me, made some more blue and red figures and sent them over to me. Not for free, I paid for it, but they're nice enough to do that, and tip my hat to them, appreciate it. So I spent a lot of time cutting things off the sprues and basing. This is just some of the sprues, and about an equal amount of red sprues, and then we have a boatload of bases, big boat, aircraft carrier load. So I've been messing with that. Also, I've kind of still trying to streamline and hone the aesthetic of the table, how I want it to look. I still like the clump foliage to represent trees and woods, and that works perfectly with this. I guess this is an 8mm scale. Everybody's got to do their own scale, right? It can't be, I guess your standard is 6, 15, and 28, but then you've got everything sprinkled in there with the Perry Travel Battle scale, which is what this is, at 8. The Epic scale at like 13.5. What a mess. But I do find that this scale is hitting a sweet spot, again, as far as in relation to the tabletop scenery. The buildings that you see here all come from the Travel Battles, Perry Miniature stuff. Kind of done it in the Commands and Colors style. If you look at one of the tiles for a city or town, it'll kind of look like this. Again, with this handy dandy flat cork board that I've cut to use for roads within each town. Works just fine. Also incorporated this to go around some of these hedges you can get from a train store and cut them down fairly thin and tiny to scale them up to represent the left, center, and right flank. That's to say margins or boundaries, to mark those off. And I think that pretty much does it. Oh, I also went so far as to actually paint something. I painted these three here and these three here, which are British rifles. Painted them in the double green color that they were famously known to wear. And yeah, so that's what we're looking at. 13 victory banners is what a side needs to declare victory. Looks like the British are set up a little more sweet than the French as far as command goes, because they're allowed 6 command cards and 6 tacticians cards. That is in contrast to the French 5 command cards and 5 tactician cards. The French do move first. And special rules, obviously, territorially speaking, the French want to gain as much as of these hills or ridge, Bussaco Ridge, as possible. And the little tiny 2-hex stream with the ending in a marsh here is all fordable, so that's not really a problem either. So that's pretty much it. I do plan to use the core rules for this. No tweaking or house rule brew stuff. Just straight up commands and colors, just kind of a nice break. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, stay tuned. Hope everybody's doing well, and take care.